All right, found these shelves online, built one just to see how easy it was, and now we're going to show you how to assemble one also, and what comes in the box and what tools are going to be needed. So take it away.
And these came from Amazon. They were the most reasonably priced storage racks that I could find. There's actually 3 separate ones, and you can stack them like we've done here. They just join together. Got little joiners, or you can just build an individual storage unit. Comes with extra feet you can put on the bottom of it, but we wanted to stack them, so we got 2 together, and what you see there. And there's actually 2 in each box. And it was kind of funny when I looked at these and I read the reviews. This one person said, you get gloves with it, make sure you use them. And I'll show you why. I'll put this over here out of the way. I might need the bench there to do something. And you actually get the shelf material. It's masonite, but it's sturdy enough. When you put it all together, it's pretty sturdy. And here's the gloves. So we definitely want to put them on, because these edges on this metal are very sharp. It's be easy to cut your hand. You can see it's just thin metal, but you can see how sharp that is. So I'll sort the pieces first, and the way they go together. First, tools. You need a screwdriver, flat blade screwdriver, and you need a rubber mallet, or a block of wood would work, but they recommend a rubber mallet, and I just happen to have one. So, and a pair of gloves, definitely. The way you turn this, you see this one. This would be the left side, that would be the right side. The first piece you use is this piece here. This goes in between the right and the left side, like that. And the way they work, we're going to put this one at the bottom. So you can see there's 2 little tabs and 2 slots. And you just get that started like that. And then hit it with a hammer or a mallet till it bottoms out, and that's your first piece. And we've got that turned correctly. See, the flat part's out. So now we'll put another one on this side. It would go like that. That's how they join. And you just repeat the process. You've got a short one that goes on the side, and it works the same way. Just goes in there like that. Do the other side, of course, and then your other upright goes in the back. So let me put this together, and then I'll show you one more piece that goes in there. Okay, there's the first shelf assembled at the very bottom, and you'll notice it's very flimsy. Now the masonite helps that, but this helps it even more. This is a brace that goes between the front and the back. And you just bend these over like that. There's what they look like. Then you just bend them over. I'm gonna do it like this. Just put them in that. They just slide in. And this is where the screwdriver comes into play. You bend them up. And it tightens them up. Like that. And now that stiffens it up a lot. And while I have it turned upside down, I'm gonna put the feet on it. And they just slip on here. And you just drive them on. So kind of a neat little touch. Not just metal sitting on the floor. So that's the bottom part started. You just repeat the process with 4 pieces and a brace for the next shelf and for the next one. The way we done that one, I put one more kind of in the middle, and then I put the joiner for the next one, join. And the way I arrived at putting this shelf in the position, we have some storage totes, plastic totes, that will fit under that. That's why I left that much space on the bottom shelf. It's exactly in the middle of the whole unit. So let me put this on, finish this, and then we'll show you how to join. Now that we have the bottom section finished, of course we've still got to build the other one, but to join them, it's the same principle with these things. They just got little tabs that drive down in there, like that. There's, of course, 2 more. But then when you get the second section built, it just snaps into those tabs. There's the first 2 shelves. Okay, one thing to keep in mind when you build the second storage rack. You remember on the first one we put the very bottom shelf in the last 2 tabs. Well, you can't do that because you got to leave room for this joiner. So you got to drop up to the second tab like that. And that's where your first one would be. That way that gives you room to join. The only issue that I've had so far with putting these together, if you don't watch, that will pop on the outside of the standard instead of in the slot. You want it like these. See those, they're both inside. So just pay attention to that as you're putting it together and make sure it's on the inside. Like that. That's what it's supposed to look like. And this is the top, but I'm still putting the little protective pieces because that's a very sharp edge right there, and if you happen to be putting something on the top shelf and you hit that, you might cut yourself. So. And it makes them look a little more finished too. And it's just a matter of sliding them on those joiners. like that. See, that went in both of those. We'll put the rest of our mason on in. And a slight correction, you can't put the top pieces, protective corners on until you put your last piece of masonite. There's not enough room, so I had to take them back off and then put the shelf in and then snap them back on. So do that last. Let's see if we match the other one. Looks like we did. When we ordered these, according to the description, 3 sections of these wide is like 105 1/4 inches. 105.4, I think it says, so that's almost a 1/2 inch. Well, between these 2 posts is 105 1/4 inch. So, I'm hoping that we can put all 3 together and they will fit in between those 2 posts, and I can put them back against the wall. But we'll see. You got to put the 3rd one together. I can see right here, this is going to kind of prevent them from being close together. See, you're losing some space there with those rubber corners, or those plastic corners. So we'll see. Well, I found a little shortcut in putting these together. I, of course, built the first one, but instead of building the second one on its own, I went ahead and joined it, the uprights to the first one, and it's stable. It makes it easier to put together, and it's not flopping around on you while you're trying to get all the pieces put together. So if you're going to join the 2 to make, you know, a 6-foot tall unit there, it's probably easier to do the first one, put the uprights on the second one, from the second one onto the first one, then you can just continue up. Well, we were able to get all 3 sections between the 2 posts like I wanted to do. And it was just a matter of, we had to remove the little protective caps on the back of all of the sections. And that allowed enough room for them to go in. And they're good and tight. They're against the wall. The only issue we have, the concrete man, as I've said in a previous video, did a terrible job. And the floor is low, as you can see in the middle of those. About where the line is, it's really low. And he was trying to slope it to the drain, I know that. But he's got it low here and high in the middle and then back low. So anyway, but what I think we can do, I'll get my 4-foot level and we'll just raise these sections in the middle up and fasten them to the wall or shim them underneath. And that way it will look more level across the top there. But other than that, I'm happy with the way it turned out. They're good. They are good sturdy shells. You wouldn't think so as thin as that material is, but they're very, very sturdy. I think they'll do what we want to do. They're actually 6 foot tall. If you put 2 together, you end up with 6 foot. And they're 105 inches across. That's 3 sections. So each section is 35 inches. That's basically the way it figures out. Give or take a 1/4 inch. So they give you an idea of how much space they will cover. So we'll do a little leveling. And I can probably put the protective edges back on these. I think I can get them on there. I think there's enough room. there you go. As far as cost, this whole thing that you're seeing here is around $200. So I thought that was reasonable. That's about as inexpensive as you can find in shelving like this. And they're 15 inches deep, which a lot of what you look at, actually about 16 in the front. A lot of what you look at are 12 inches, and you can't really put a lot on those. And our totes, I think, are like 18 inches deep, so they will stick out some, but it'll be okay. And here's the completed storage units. Did have to do a little leveling there at the bottom, but they fit between those posts like we planned. There's a tight fit, but they did work. And I also just put a screw into the post on each side. That'll hold them against the wall pretty good. And then I also put a couple of screws into the purlins on the building there, and then on the back of the wall. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I would recommend these storage units. They're pretty sturdy, reasonably priced. So thanks for watching the video. See you next time. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, and we'd love it if you would subscribe to our channel. Thanks.